Good morning, activators and hunters. This is November Charlie 4 X-Ray Lima. I'm not going to record any contacts and have your calls go by. Just going to express only my opinion. We all have them, but I'll share mine for you since you stopped here. There's been some questionings in regards to activators and hunters. And for the activators, you're a major asset to the hunters because it takes you and your activity levels to consummate the final results. When you go out activating, you're the one that is put in the position of requiring logs. All hunters, that's people chasing the parks you happen to be in, are not responsible for sending a log in. They'll put it in their own logging system on the computer logging program, whatever they have. Such as myself, been a ham for a few years, since '78. I do old paper logging, and I do paper QSL cards. So that's my preference. But for you as an activator, the hunters depend on you. When you go out, you don't have to stop your world and do your log right then and there. For myself, we try to do it within 12 hours to 24 hours of the activation and get it complete. Some folks do a recording of their contacts and go back and verify calls that are questionable. And it's easy to have a questionable. I hear your call, but I write down somebody else's. As an activator, that's going to happen. If you're frustrated and you're trying to log it into a computer or iPad or a phone or something, then it really gets messed up sometimes. I go back to the paper, and even then, scratch that out and skip down to the next line and keep on going. Again, activators, you are a vital, important part of the POTA program, the POTA challenge, the POTA system. The hunters are hunting you. You're on the other end of the pileups. You take control. If you get clobbered by all loud stations, stand by a little bit, let the weaker stations come in and work them. It's a form of respecting each other. Many activators come from those who are hunters, who like the challenge and see the opportunity to go out and do something different. I made this video for a reason, because sometimes as a new activator, we don't realize just how important we are and what some of our requirements really need to be. We get to experiment with different types of antennas, and if you follow the threads on Facebook, there is so much knowledge, and it's all free. Different types of antennas, different lengths of wires, different types of wires. Follow the threads and feel free to ask other ham operators just like you how they do it. I have a few different antennas, and it's not enough. It'll never be enough. When I die, my kids will have to get rid of it. I don't care at that point. But while I'm out here as an activator for myself, I want to have the means to go out and do some parks on the air and have some choices of antennas. There are several of us that are activators, and I am not a long-term, I am just an old man, that we have a variety because each place, each park dictates a different type of antenna. Some people are hitting 10 and gone. Some people work strictly from the mobile. Some work with strictly an infed. Some work with the buddy pole system. Some work with the Wolf River. Some work with the Chameleon. It's endless. The home brews are endless. So again, activators, you're very important. And I applaud you for getting out there and spending your money in gas and getting eaten up with the bugs and for getting your coax and all these little things that are going to happen to you that the hunters, unless they become one, have no idea. But we, you and me, depend on the hunters to follow us, to chase us, to work for the different levels of achievements that we're seeking. This is a very unique challenge that we have in amateur radio, performing emergency communications, strictly battery powered, strictly thrown up portable operation antennas to create communications. And you're an asset. So I'm not trying to leave the hunters out because I hunt too. But my heart goes out to the activators, and I'm prejudiced because I am one. There's a lot that goes into putting out that very first park, or the understanding of night shift, or the working twofers and how do you log it, and working threefers. Those are all legitimate, valid questions you have a right to ask. Again, start with the frequently asked questions section. Start with Matt Here's YouTube on POTA. Excellent resource. Check with K8MDR or MRD. I can't remember his call, but Mike is excellent, down-to-earth operating in what we do. And he's only one of thousands. I don't really know how many activators there are, but I hope that you'll continue to be one and that you'll take some other hams with you when you go out and get them addicted. I can honestly say I've had a hand in one young gentleman, and we've had a blast together, and because of him I spent more money on another antenna I didn't need, but I'll have it. So from North Carolina, the darling old man, NC4XL, wishing you all a very successful activation. Regardless of how many you get, go out and have fun.